In the grand tapestry of American governance, the Supreme Court stands as the ultimate arbiter of justice, wielding the power to interpret the Constitution and thereby shape the nation's laws and its future. This institution, steeped in tradition, now finds itself at an interesting crossroads, influenced not just by legal briefs and precedents, but increasingly by the very fabric of our modern communication, consumable content. Today we dive deep into how modern media, specifically a TED Talk and a viral text, play a role in the internal debates and decision-making processes of the Supreme Court. The influence of these new media forms is profound, challenging the justices to either reaffirm their views or reconsider them in light of new perspectives. Our first case study revolves around a TED Talk that explores the transformative power of love. This presentation, watched by millions, did not merely end at public viewership, but also resonated within the walls of the Supreme Court. Justice King found the emphasis on emotions troubling, arguing that love, while a noble sentiment, cannot dismantle systemic legal issues. In contrast, Justice Carlin appreciated the talk's emotional depth, suggesting that empathy could be a powerful antidote to judicial cynicism. Meanwhile, Justice Twain supported the idea that fostering empathy could indeed challenge entrenched judicial views and lead to more compassionate jurisprudence. Moving on to our second case study, a viral text sharply critiquing the Catholic Church. This piece of content sparked a spectrum of reactions among the justices. Justice Ginsburg raised concerns about the text's historical accuracies and its potentially inflammatory language. Justice Obama pointed out the risk of such narratives fueling real-world prejudice, while Justice King discussed the complex interplay between faith and power. Justices Stewart and Marley debated the fine line between legitimate critique and fostering destructive resentment. These cases illustrate how consumable content can bypass traditional information channels to directly influence the highest levels of judicial thinking. On one hand, this exposure can challenge existing biases, enhance understanding of pressing social issues, and prompt much-needed self-reflection among the justices. On the flip side, it poses risks such as oversimplification of complex legal issues and emotional manipulation, which might skew impartial judgment. The Supreme Court, in navigating these waters, must balance empathy with legal precedent and personal ideologies with the overarching principles of justice. This delicate equilibrium is crucial, not only to the integrity of the court, but also to its role in a society that increasingly looks to diverse, often digital sources for information. In conclusion, our exploration reveals a Supreme Court at a crossroads, where traditional legal analysis meets the dynamic influence of modern media. This intersection prompts ongoing debates about the role of emotions and social consciousness in legal decision-making. Future inquiries might focus on how the court can ensure responsible consumption and evaluation of such external information, and whether this exposure could indeed lead to more informed, equitable legal rulings. This is a pivotal moment in the history of the Supreme Court, reflecting a broader transformation within society, a shift from isolated deliberation to a more engaged, informed, and perhaps empathetic approach to justice.